Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is your daily Go Getimism number 882 for March 3rd, 2017. Tonight we're talking about the effect that people have, more like the effect that people play off. No. Tonight we're talking about when people are affected by the things that people do and people say, but we play it off as if it's not going to affect me, or as if it doesn't affect me, or as if I never heard it, or as if I never even saw it, or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's a phenomenon that seems to be becoming more and more prevalent nowadays. Now, one thing is for sure is I don't think that it's a good idea to let somebody know that they've pressed your buttons. It's not a good idea to let somebody know that they've really gotten to you, that they've gotten under your skin, that they've upset you, that they have really, really gotten to you emotionally. I don't think that it's a good idea to let some people know that, because when you do know, let them know that, and that was their aim in the beginning, then they'll use that against you. They'll just use that to play you and play you and play you, and eventually control you anytime they want you to do something that you don't want to do, or anytime they want you to do something that they want you to do regardless of the way that you feel. There are people out there who are predatory, and not just predatory upon people physically, but they can be predatory upon people emotionally. You know, there are people out there who just get off on seeing people be in pain, or seeing people be in pleasure. I mean, be under pressure, or they get off on seeing people be afraid. There are people out there who like that sort of thing. I think it's pretty sadistic, and I think that it's definitely what I would call a serious character flaw, but it's something that exists, and it's something that we have to deal with. Man, you have to ask yourself, why are people like this? I don't know. I mean, I always go back to somebody's childhood. If you're able to go that far back with them, you may or may not be able to do that based on how long you've known them. But if you go back in people's childhood and you see why they act the way that they do now. Normally, if you go back somewhere early in their development, you see that they were either lacking something, or something happened to them that they never really got over. See, a lot of people have grown up acting like something didn't affect them. So the things that they do nowadays to other people is probably reflective of their inability to be able to express the hurt that they experienced when they were younger. So it's sort of like when people who were seriously abused become abusers. They figure, well, it happened to me, and I lived through it, so whoever I do it to will live through it too. It's ridiculous, but it's the way that the human mind works. It's the way that our psyche works, and there isn't too much we can do about it if we don't get professional help, expert help. So, when we talk about acting like something has not gotten to us, we play it off like it didn't even matter. We kick it like we were totally unaffected by something somebody has done to totally try to get at us. Why do we do that? Why would we have to play it off, or feel like we need to play it off like it's rolling off our backs like water on a duck? Why would we act like nothing upsets us? Because we know that if we do act like people affect us in any type of way, we take that as a form of weakness. I'm telling you, social media has done a real hard job on us, man. It really has. It's made us feel like we can't express the way that we feel without either going over the top and cussing somebody out and acting a fool, you know, getting on camera and expressing our hurt that way, or we act like we totally don't care. And you can tell that people are affected and that they do care about things that happen to them, because they will say that they don't care, or they will write IDAGF. No, IDGAF. IDGAF. That means I don't give a fuck. Whenever I hear somebody proclaim that they don't give a fuck about something, especially something that they brought up, well, I get the feeling that they do give a fuck. Because if you didn't provoke anything for them to express how they feel about something that has happened to them, then obviously it's on their mind. And they would like for you to believe that either you brought it up or that they're only bringing it up because of blah, 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is that they are affected by it. It has upset them in some type of way. Whether it has affected them by making them angry, affected them by making them sad, affected them by making them nervous or fearful of repercussion or whatever. But it has affected them in some way. And for some reason they feel the need to make people think that they don't care because, that's the in vogue thing to do nowadays, to act like nothing affects us. Like I'm bulletproof. Nothing affects me. You can't get to me. Look, I own myself mentally and spiritually. You don't own me. You can't get with me. You can't control anything that goes on with me. The truth of the matter is, other people can control the way that we feel temporarily. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. And it's nothing to really rebel against. I think that you should probably rebel against people consistently having mind control over you or being able to control your emotions. So temporarily, anything can control the way we feel. Like a loved one being hurt, getting sick, getting bad news of an illness. All of these things are going to affect us because we care about the people that it happened to. Why we don't act like we're not affected by that? So why would we act like we are unaffected by something that happens directly to us? Simple and plain. We are training each other to fix our pride and ego as if nothing has affected us. It's sort of a defense mechanism because we really believe that people will stop messing with us if we show that they can't mess with us. If we show that we are impervious and bulletproof to their shots and their whims and their advances, their tries, then we figure that they'll leave us alone. And in our silence, we will be victorious. But the truth of the matter is that we haven't been silent. We haven't been silent at all. We've expressed that we don't give a fuck. But nobody asked us if we gave a fuck. So it kind of shows that we gave a fuck. And even after we proclaim that we don't give a fuck, we will continue to see if that person or those people or that force is still trying to get at us because we give a fuck. If you don't get anything else out of this video, all I wanted to say to you is that it's okay to express that you are affected by something that has made you feel any type of way emotionally, whether it's anger or sadness or surprise or fear or happiness. We don't talk about happiness a lot because we're supposed to be able to show that we're happy about certain things, right? But sometimes we're happy over the wrong things, and we better not show that. Like, we could be happy over somebody else's demise because we're jealous and we're a hater. So you don't want to show that. But sometimes people can't help it, and they show that too. They'll say things like, well, that's what you get. That's what they get. Something we got to deal with. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, just like I was saying, it's okay to express your emotions. It's okay to express that somebody else has gotten to you. And know that just because somebody controls the way that you feel temporarily does not make you a weak person. It doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you like a sheep or easily led astray. It doesn't do any of those things. It's a temporary thing. So just like if you weren't expecting somebody to jump out at you in a dark, lonely place, and it scares you, and you go, oh, shh. Yeah, they controlled your emotions temporarily. You don't have a need to play that off. You didn't know it was coming. You got blindsided. And that's the way it is when other people do that to you too, with any other emotion. So you're not paying homage to the assailant or the perpetrator or whatever you might call it. My vocabulary is suffering tonight, but whoever tries to get at you, you're not paying homage to them by showing your emotion. You're just confirming the fact that you're human. They know that you are. You just make sure that after the fact, you're able to be okay, because that's the most important part. The Daily Go Get It Business Show is every single day, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call-in number is 319-527-6199. Or log on and listen to the entire show, blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace.